Tell me to stop, Minho. Tell me right now, or I'm going to keep you forever. Welcome back to Blackout Love in the Dark. In our last episode, the strict office rules between tired employee Minho and his scary boss Jinho completely broke down. Trapped inside a broken elevator under a deep red emergency light, they were just 1 second away from a kiss. But right at that moment, the bright office light snapped back on, forcing them back to reality. But they could not escape each other. A huge summer storm flooded all the subways. Jinho took control and drove a shaking Minho completely away from his neighborhood. He took him straight to his private luxury high-rise penthouse. So let us see what happened in episode 4. Inside the car, no one moves. Gino's large hand is still pressing heavily over Minno's shaking fingers, holding them tight against the red seatbelt button. The soft blue light from the dashboard throws long shadow across Gino's intense, quiet eyes. Minho could hear his own heart beating so loud in his ears that he feels dizzy. And then slowly, Gino lifts his hands away. The sudden loss of warmth makes the air feel freezing cold against Minho's skin. Gino, in a low voice, says, "Get off the car, Minho. The private elevator is right in front of us." Minno's fingers shaking as he finally presses the button to release his seatbelt. He opens the heavy car door and steps out into the chilly, quiet underground garage. Gino walks around the front of the car. He is tall and walks perfectly straight. He does not care about the late hour or the heavy straw. He walks right towards a private steel door that goes directly up to his personal penthouse. Minno follows him one step behind. His messy dark hair is still wet from the rain. He holds his brown messenger's bag tightly against his chest like a shield. They step into the small elevator cabin, and the silver doors slide shut, locking them inside a round, tight space. The elevator moves quick and very fast. Chinno keeps his eyes glued straight to the ground. He is terrified that if he looks up, he will see Gino's eyes looking back at him in the dark reflection of the walls. The air inside this small box feels incredibly thick. Both of them are thinking about what almost happened in the office elevator just an hour ago. Mino bits his lips. His heart beats faster and faster with every floor they pass. The silver door slides open directly into a vast entryway of Gino's private house. The world becomes completely quiet. The inside of Gino's private apartment is dark, modern, and huge. The only light comes from hidden warm amber splits on the floorboards, casting a soft, long glowy across the expensive wooden floors. Minno stands perfectly frozen, just 1 foot inside the door. His wet shoes are dripping water onto the dark tiles. His knuckles are perfectly white because he is holding his bag so tightly. He feels like a total stranger who has just walked into a beautiful, dangerous trap. Gino walks past him into the middle of huge living room without saying a word. He reaches up and smoothly takes off his tailored grey suit jacket. He hangs it neatly on a coat rack. This movement shows the broad, powerful sharp of his shoulders under his white shirt. Manager Jinho, I really should not be here. I am getting water all over your clean floor. If if I just waited in the building lobby downstairs until morning. Jinho stops Minho from talking and says, I already told you tonight, Minho. I do not repeat myself. The roads are completely blocked and you are soaked. And you are staying here. Take off your shoes. Minho swallows hard, his throat feels completely dry. He slowly takes off his damp shoes. His bare socks press against the cool, expensive wood floor. Every small movement he feels incredibly loud in the heavy silence of the apartment. He watches as Gino opens the top two buttons of his shirt collar. Gino does not look like a strict office boss anymore. He looks like a man who is entirely too real, too close, and too powerful. Gino walks away for a moment, disappearing down a dark hallway that goes to his private bedroom. Mino stays exactly where he is standing. He holds his breath and watches the blurry city lights through the wet window. A few minutes later, the quiet, heavy footstep returns. Gino walks back into the warm amber lights. He is holding a folded stack of dark trousers and a fresh, oversized white shirt. He stops right in front of Minho. His tall body completely blocks off the light behind him. He holds out his arm, offering the clean clothes to Minho. Gino's eyes look straight down into Minho's face, seriously and heavily, and says, "Go into the guest room and change out of your wet clothes right now. I do not want you to get sick." Minho's hands are shaking as he takes the heavy fabric. Then he says, "Thank you, manager." Minho quickly goes into a safe marble bathroom. He shuts the door behind him with a shaking hand. He let go out a long, heavy breath. He takes off his wet office shirt and slips on the clean clothes. The shirt belongs to Jinho, and it is way too big for Minho's small body. The button of the white shirt falls halfway down his thigh. The white collar sits loosely, completely showing his collarbones and the hot red skin of his neck. He turns to look at himself in the large bathroom mirror, his heart beating wildly against his ribs. Minho, whispering softly to his own reflection, "Calm down, Minho. It's just a shit. It does not mean anything. He's just being a nice manager. That is all. Why is my heart beating so loudly?" Minho slowly opens the bathroom door and steps back into the huge penthouse. The air feels warmer now, smelling faintly of expensive college gin. He rolls the long sleeve of his oversized shirt up his arms, feeling incredibly small and unprotected. He follows the quiet sound of the movement towards the modern kitchen. Gino is standing by the dark stone kitchen counter. He has rolled up his own sleeves, a soft cloud of steam rising from a hot kettle under a dim amber light hanging from the ceiling. He is quietly making hot tea, his movements completely calm and steadily. Minho walks up to the counter slowly. His bare feet makes absolutely no sound on the floorboards. He stops on the edge, completely unsure of where to put his hand or where to look. Jinho slides the warm kettle mug across the smooth black stone, the hot stream rising softly between them. Jinho, without looking up, says, "Sit down, Minho. Drink it before it gets cold." As Jinho says, Minho carefully climbs on the high leather chair. He wraps his both hands around the warm ceramic mug. The heat feels good for his cold fingers, but the panic inside him is also growing. He looks down at the dark tea, trying hard to act professional. Gino does not walk away. Instead, he places his bare hands flat on the opposite side of the counter. He leans his body slightly forward. He forces himself directly into Minho's view, closing the space between their faces. Minho, whispering slowly, he says, "Manager, Jinho, thank you for the tea. I I can sleep in the living room couch tonight. You do not have to worry about me anymore. Gino's eyes look down at the loose collar of the shirt, showing Mino's bare neck, and says, "Do I look like I'm worried about the couch, Mino? Look at yourself. You're wearing my clothes, sitting in my house, and your hands are still shaking. Why are you so scared of being alone with me?" Mino's breath stopped completely. He tries to look down to escape the burning intensity of his boss's eyes. But before he can turn his head, Jinno reaches out across the narrow counter. His large bare hands moves very slowly through the rising stream. He gently pushes a straight lock of dark hair away from Mino's forehead. His warm fingers sway against the soft skin of Mino's face. Mino's voice drops very low, heavy whisper, and says, "In the office, you act like nothing is happening. In the elevator, you told me your heart was hurting. Tell me the truth, Minho. What is your heart doing right now?" The sudden sound of thunder makes Minho grasp. His body jumped in fear. All the feelings he was hiding completely explode. He sets the mug down with a loud noise and stands up quickly. He backs away from the kitchen counter into an open space of the living room. He feels completely overwhelmed, his chest moving up and down fastly. He looks up at the tall man who has followed him out of the kitchen. Minno's tears fill his wide eyes, his voice shaking with high emotion, and says, "Please, do not do this to me. Jinoshi, you are my boss. Tomorrow morning we have to go back to the office and you will become cold and distant again. You will treat me like a stranger in front of everyone. I can't handle this anymore. It is completely breaking me." Then Gino stops walking. For a split second, a look of real pain passes over his handsome face when he hears the desperate cry. When he closes the final space between them with one powerful step, he reaches down his large hand gently but firmly cups Minno's chin, forcing the younger man to tilt his red, tear shaking face upward the warm shadows of living room. Gino's dark eye lock into Minno's with total force and heavy absolute look of possession, and says, "Then I will stop going back. I'm done pretending, Minho. I brought you to my house tonight because I have no intention of even letting you go back to being a stranger." Minno's breath leaves his body completely, trapped beneath Gino's glance. His feet slowly trembles backward. Gino does not let go. He steps forward with him, slowly and purposefully, pushing the space until Mino's back gently hits the solid warm walls of the living room. Pinned between the hard walls and Gino's broad chest, all of Mino's his hands automatically reaches up in completely surrender. His fingers grip tightly, bunching up the dark fiber of Gino's shirt to keep himself from falling. Gino leads his head downwards, his lips stopping just a millimeters above Mino's open mouth. The entire world completely stops moving. Gino stays perfectly still, keeping his mouth just a single breath away from a kiss. He matches the exact emotional intense of the moment, waiting for Mino to make his final choice. Gino finally whispered in a deep, dark voice directly against Mino's lip and says, "Tell me to stop, Mino. Tell me right now, or I'm gonna keep you forever. Oh my god, guys, Gino has completely confessed his true possessive feelings, and their lips are literally a single millimeters away inside his private penthouse. Minno's is wearing his shirt, trapped in his arm, and the lines are about to be crossed forever. What do you think is going to be happened in the next episode? Will Minnow feel the strength to tell him to stop, or will they finally surrender to the dark? Drop your absolute wildest, craziest theory in the comment section below. I will read every single of them. And make sure to snap that like button, share this video to your friends, and hit the subscribe button with notification turned on completely so you do not miss a single second of episode 5. Thank you for watching Blackout in the Dark, and we will see you very soon in the next chapter. Love you. Bye bye.